Hello, everyone. How is it going on a special Wednesday with my buddy Dylan from the Phantom Menace 1999? What's going on, my friend?
Nothing much, we're just living, having a good week, busy week, but we're killing it. We're killing it this week.
We're killing it this week.
Oh yeah.
You rocking the what is it? The Buffalo Bills Mafia hat?
Yeah, we got Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen drawing Bills hat.
I was
Go
rooting
Bills.
for you guys this playoff season.
Every year it's heartbreak, but it's kind of what we live for. I live for the
Yeah.
heartbreak almost.
I I love Josh Allen. I think he's such a humble human being. So, and I like that. Like, I became friends with you through Star Wars, but then you and I also have like football in common.
Right,
So
right.
that's the one thing I love about like this community, that you can be friends with other people and find out like other mutual interests that you guys have together.
Right, we got football. I know you watched WWE too, so we got
Oh yeah.
different like Marvel, all that fun stuff.
You watching WrestleMania this weekend?
Yes, at some point, the Buffalo Sabres hockey team is in playoffs, and I believe their
Ooh.
first game will probably be Saturday. So I might miss Saturdays, but I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah, I know. I got Saturday is WrestleMania, but I have other prior commitments to do with friends. And then what is it called? Sunday starts the first game for the Celtics playoffs, but it's
Oh
at
yeah.
1 o'clock. And then somehow we found a movie theater that's actually showcasing WrestleMania.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so we're gonna go watch it in like the big screen, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I feel like you'll feel like you're at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. When I was younger, I would go to WrestleMania a lot with my dad. That was like the thing we did. We went to like I don't know, like 8 of them between like WrestleMania 18 and WrestleMania like 30
So
around
lucky.
there.
I've never been
Yeah, it
to
was
one.
sweet. It was sweet. But now I don't think I could afford it.
Oh no, it's wildly expensive. The cheapest ticket I found for Vegas was $950, and that's in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
then you got to account for flight. It's in Las Vegas, so
Yeah. And that's
yeah,
one night probably.
that's just one night.
Yeah.
I know a while back they were doing like an Expedia package, but then when I went to go look, it was gone, and they were actually giving you, like you would get the hotel. It was the flight, the ticket to WrestleMania, and then they were giving you the hotel for free, but it was a hotel that they partnered up with, which was the Excalibur.
Mhm.
So you would get only Saturday and Sundays nights, but not the other nights. So you gotta like basically get a hotel in
You're
between those
right.
2 nights.
I mean, and being in Vegas, you're dropping a lot of money all the time and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And there's so much other wrestling going on at that point. You're going to multiple shows on top of that. I don't see how a family can afford it at all.
Yeah, whatsoever. We'll just stick with our little Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah. Star Wars I can make cheap.
So you gotta tell me, how did this master plan come that you were like, I'm gonna start an IG page and I'm gonna name it the Phantom Menace 1999?
Honestly, it was actually just a thing for me to keep track of my photos because I was too dumb to like put it in an album on my iPhone. I was like, oh, I'll just make an Instagram page and I can track it that way. And then the Phantom Menace 1999 name was available, which I thought was kind of weird. Like it's a solid name to grab on there. And then I started getting like to me, I was like, oh, I have 50 followers. That's sweet. And then I posted like a Marfalum video or like even like a Lay's chip video, and that got like 30,000 views. I'm like, holy shit. And then I started getting like Star Wars Sessions followed me, and they've been great to me. They always like they've talked about me on their podcasts and stuff, especially even at that point when I had a small following and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I can actually people are interested in this, and Phantom Menace was coming out on the re-release at that point. Like it was the
Mm-hmm.
May of was that 24?
Yeah.
So people started following, and it definitely was not a master plan. It was accidental, and it kept accidentally happening. But then it becomes like an addiction where you're like, oh, I can try to get views or whatever. You get like addicted to that nonsense of it.
Yeah. I have to say to you, every time that I have posted something on my page when it comes to Phantom Menace related, like it hits hard. Like people truly love the Phantom Menace. And you know, you were talking about the re-release. Yeah, I remember when they were announcing that it was coming back in theaters, and I instantly just like bought tickets. I made this funny ass reel on Instagram, and it was like my first Instagram reel that ever hit 1 million views, and I was just in
Holy
shock.
shit.
Yeah. And it's literally just the poster of the re-release, and it's Walter White and Jesse Pinkman just like laughing, going like, yes, like that. What was the caption I used? But it was like, you know, prequel kids are excited now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely loved going to the theaters to go see it. And it was funny when I went to go see it, it was actually on May the 4th.
Mhm.
So that day, like my friends and I, we went to a comic book shop that's literally down the street from my house. Got to hang out with Ray Park before, you know, the craziness. And he was there doing all Darth Maul stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, got signatures with him. And then we left and went to the movies. So it was like an epic way
Yeah.
of like celebrating May the 4th.
Yeah, that's I'm actually surprised that they didn't learn from that. And even because Sith came out around May the 4th last year too, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mandalorian didn't try May the 4th. I've seen
I think because I think because the finale for Darth
Oh
Maul,
yeah, that's true.
and usually within the past couple of years, and I've seen a lot of people like talking whispers on the internet, the past couple of years on May the 4th, like Disney has been hitting us randomly like a month before or even a week before with like Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Sith.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they like hit us out of nowhere, especially with CinemaCon right around the corner, and all these May the 4th announcements are coming out.
Mhm.
And
I
you know,
mean, too,
Maul,
I'm sure Maul, like, especially at that point, if we're getting, I think at some point we're going to see Maul and Vader. Like, it seems like you have to go to
yeah,
Maul and Vader at some point. Like, this is your only chance.
yeah.
Like, if you get Maul versus Vader on May the 4th, like,
Oh yeah, you're gonna have kids screaming.
yeah, I'll be screaming.
I'm
I'll take my
screaming at
shirt off
three
and
in the
start screaming
morning.
in the streets. Yeah.
If you do that, you got to record it.
I will. I will.
So what made you fall in love with the Phantom Menace? Was that the first film that you watched?
It's the first one I have like a good memory of. Like, I'm 31, I'll be 32 next month. So I was 5 when Phantom Menace came out. So that's like the first memories I really have is seeing the Phantom, getting the toys, getting. I actually dressed up as Darth Maul for Halloween, and I was in a Star Wars Insider as a kid, but I cannot find this picture unless my dad just lied to me and like taped it in there, and maybe I just have a bad memory of it. I've looked through like 40 Insiders, I cannot find it. I'm assuming it was like in Bantha tracks, like how they used to have that like little insert.
Yeah.
But those are like my earliest memories. Like after I saw Phantom Menace, then it was like, holy shit, Star Wars is sweet, and then it was just an obsession. Like I knew what Star Wars was before that. I was ripping my dad's toys off the wall with Shadows of the Empire toys. I took all his toys, and but after seeing Phantom Menace was like opened my. I was an only child, so Phantom Menace was a very fun thing to escape into as to play with Darth
Oh yes.
Maul and all of that kind of stuff. Especially with Contact, it was all fun for a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm. The toys for Phantom Menace were pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean that's the I miss that portion of Star Wars. Like I know we as an adult, it's like, oh, the Black Series look good, the Hot Toys look good, but we don't have the fun little nonsense almost like like we're missing that. Like I know we kind of had it with Force Awakens. Like Force Awakens was on everything, which was
Mm-hmm.
fun, but we don't have that now, which I hope at some point we get back to.
Yeah, I would like to have like the carded figures where it says like the name of the actual film.
Right, right. Because I don't even think did Rise of Skywalker even have that,
No.
which is crazy.
Rise of Skywalker barely got anything. It was
Yeah.
funny. I actually tried to rewatch it the other night, but it was stupid me. I watched it when I was like having to go to sleep early for work, but I started watching some of it, and like there's scenes of the film that I don't mind. I feel like maybe it could have been shortened. Maybe it could have been longer. It could have been a part 1 and part 2. It could have been an actual really good film because, you know, the beginning scenes that you're getting of, you know, you're finding out that Palpatine is still alive, and, you know, they're discussing about Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren. Like, we missed that. That could have been 20 minutes of a film right there with the Knights of Ren.
I mean, the intro to Rise of Skywalker's sick when Kylo Ren's doing all that stuff on Mustafar and he's going down the shaft and next to go, like, that's all fun. Like,
yeah,
I don't mind the Rise of Skywalker. It's just kind of like a mess with the story itself. But if I throw on Rise of Skywalker, I'm usually happy. Like, it's funny. Like, it has funny moments. It's got some cool scenes, but it's definitely not perfect by any means.
Yeah, and actually went with friends to go see that opening night. So I was super excited. I remember when the movie ended, I like turned around and looked at my best friend and I was like, damn, I really like this film. But then I, you know, like as time passed, I went and started rewatching it again and like writing stuff down on a notepad. And I was like, yeah, there's a couple things that we missed. There's a couple things that could have been explained more. You know, a couple things that really didn't need to be needed on the film. But at the end of the day, like as much as I always rag on Freddie Prinze Jr. for never showing up to cons, I posted this video one time on my page, and I 100% agree with him all the time. George Lucas made this film for kids,
right?
And it's to entertain children. And you know, we as adults now keep forgetting of that train of thought that George had. So it's like when we watch these films, we have to kind of go into these films going, all right, I'm a 10-year-old kid watching this and having a good time and enjoying all different species and pod racing and, you know, good versus evil. But, you know, we become adults and we're like, no, we want it to be this, this, and this.
Right. I mean, that's, I think, why episode 1 was so hated at first, because the people on the internet were adults, you know what I mean? So they were very aggressive and didn't understand it, where me and you were like, oh, this is sweet. This is Star Wars. We're kids. I kind of feel that way about Andor. I mean, I think Andor is a great show. Don't get me, like, I would love, Andor would be my favorite show on the planet if it wasn't Star Wars. It's a little too adult for me to be Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, I'm not, like, Andor is great. I enjoy watching it. It's just, it's not something I'm going to throw on repeat on my weekends.
Andor hit me in like adult feels. Like I was crying hard for Andor, especially towards the end, because
at the end of the second season's
because you knew everybody was gonna start dying. You fell in love with these characters, and I think that if that was the goal that they were going for, they hit it.
Oh yeah, instantly. Oh, it's a great show. I'm just it's just hard to put that in the same thing of like Ewoks. You know, you know what I mean? It's a very especially with the political undertones of it. Like, at least Ewoks were like a hidden cute thing, where genocide on my screen is a little much.
Yeah, I know. I remember watching the one episode where they were just like taking everybody out in that one town, and I'm like, it's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm watching this before I have to go to work. Like, my mental health cannot deal with this right now.
Right. And there's no hope either, because you're like, oh yeah, in a couple hours they're gonna be blowing up.
Oh yeah, they're gonna all be gone.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you talk about, like, you know, the adults, how mean they were with episode 1. And I remember being at Rebel Scum Con year 1 and listening to Ahmad Bess's panel, and he was talking about how I forgot what was the actual question that a fan had asked him, and he explained how different it was to get bullied back then as it is now to get bullied. You know, like back then, he said people were actually sending letters to his house. They were teasing his son. Yeah. Now, like, you know, you get the internet bullies and that's it. Like, they're just chastising you online. But like to physically have people show up, to your house, putting letters, death threats. Like, that was insane. And the sad part is he probably got the most hate out of everyone in the Phantom Menace, yet he was considered as George Lucas's favorite character.
And he was so like, I know everyone goes like, "Oh, Andy Serkis has changed motion capture and all that." He doesn't get enough credit for how like important that technology was and like the motion capture of it.
Yeah.
And
he was in that suit that whole entire time, and he explained about like being in that suit. He said it was tight, right. It was uncomfortable, and he had the glasses covering his eyes, and then he had Jar Jar's head on top of him, and he had to film like that for hours.
And he was the first one to ever really do that, which is crazy. Going through that early internet thing, because all early internet stuff was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Especially for Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans are always especially at that point, they felt very like kicked out of society. Like, they were the nerds are different now. Nerds are like have taken over, where the biggest movie every year is a comic book movie or whatever. At that point, they were always like, they were bullied in person. So once the internet came out and they figured out they could bully others, I think they couldn't handle it.
Yeah. We'll see. But I do love that, John said it, that he is a good dude and that he is being celebrated now, which sucks. It took so many years for Ahmad to get celebrated after you see him play a returning, he's a Jedi in, what was it, Mandalorian? Or Book of Boba Fett? Yeah, Mandalorian. He saves the child, and right there, he gets respect in the Star Wars universe, which sucks. Because he's also worked for ILM, and he's done major contributions with comic book series, done stuff like recently he just did a comic book series for Jar Jar.
It's really good too. The comic's great.
Yeah.
And he did the voice stuff all the time. Like, he never like left, which I would have just hid like during all that. I respect him for like still like doing the Clone Wars and doing all the video games and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I feel like when you sign yourself to Lucasfilm, like
true. You probably don't have a choice.
Stuck with them. So, since Phantom Menace is your favorite, what are your top 3 favorite characters from the Phantom Menace?
I mean, hold on, I'm gonna yell at my dog.
No, I think she wants to be on the. She wants to be on the channel.
Come here.
She technically is part of your page.
I know. Well, there she is. She gets mad when I talk on the phone or anything, so just causing it. Just, can you sit?
She's such a cutie.
Yeah, there you go. I know. So one would definitely be Shmi. I feel Shmi doesn't get talked about, especially because she's so good in the movie. She's a fun, serious one to like. New Gunray always makes me happy. And I mean, you got to go Darth Maul. Like, as a kid, Darth Maul was everything. Like, especially now with how, I mean, Darth Maul is still like super badass. Like, I'm surprised that he hasn't lost any type of like. It still feels like a big moment when he's on screen, even though he has his own show. Like, the show's been great, and every time he's on screen, I'm like, I feel like a kid, and I'm sitting there like, oh my god, this is awesome. He's got 2 blades. So those would be the 3 off the top of my head. Shmi, I think, is so underrated, especially in Phantom Menace. Like, she's so important to that whole plot and so serious in a world that when you have a Jar Jar Binks and a Ben Quatermass and a Watto around her at that time, she's still making you like emotional almost. Like, if you're really like looking at the emotional beats of the movie. Yeah.
I feel like her and Qui-Gon could have been a couple.
There was definitely hints at that. Qui-Gon was trying.
Qui-Gon was giving her the business. Yeah. I rewatched, as much as I've seen that movie so many times, sometimes you could see like Qui-Gon giving her that look, and I'm like, yeah, homie, you would have left the Jedi Order for her. Just admit it. You would have been.
I'm surprised you didn't change the dice to her. Just leave Anakin over. If Qui-Gon just falls in love with Shmi and leaves Anakin, maybe the world's a better place.
Yeah,
The universe.
that's true. What if these guys never showed up to his planet? They would have never met Anakin Skywalker, and we would have never had all the problems in the universe that we did.
Right? Or Qui-Gon just stays and raises a family.
Yeah, and he becomes a Jedi in training, but does not become evil.
Right.
I also feel if Qui-Gon never passed, Anakin's training would have been a lot more thorough, and he would have had two people basically babysitting him, which would have been Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, no, I mean Obi-Wan was definitely like a stepfather that didn't want a kid at all.
Yeah.
Like even like he was even mean to like Jar Jar. It's like, why did we get this useless human or this useless being or whatever he says?
Yeah. I also think that anytime I think about Qui-Gon's character, I wish we would have gotten more from him. And the sad part is the more details we get about how extraordinary Qui-Gon was, basically is Tales of the Jedi. When you watch Dooku talk about how much he loved Qui-Gon and him sitting there looking at the tree and expressing to him about how much Qui-Gon meant to him. And it sucks. I would have wanted to have learned more about Qui-Gon's character, except for, reading it in experts and books or comics. I would have liked to have seen that on the screen.
The Tales of the Jedi episode's great.
Oh God, yes. That had me on my feels. And we got Yaddle.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks that Yaddle got murdered. But
yeah, but it was cool to see her more in a show talking, and you get to learn about her character, because the only time we get to see her is once in the council.
Right.
And everybody's first comments were like, oh yeah, that's Yoda's
side piece.
Which I still think she is.
There was a lot of rumors that they made Grogu, I remember, at some point.
Oh, yeah.
When the Mandalorian first came out.
They were like, oh yeah, that's Yoda and Yaddle's child. And then people on the internet were trying to do the math.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
Yeah. It could happen.
You think in Mandalorian and Grogu, they do a flashback and Yoda's putting the moves on?
Probably. He's inviting her back to his little hut.
Yeah, making her that stew.
Now, I always see you posting on Instagram a lot of the concept artwork. I know Doug Chiang is a genius when it came to the Phantom Menace stuff, and I like that you and I actually pulled the book, because you and I both have this book.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Oh, this book is phenomenal. I love the concept art that it shows, from how Maul originally looked, how Queen Amidala was supposed to originally look. Would you say that Doug's concept artwork was a big game changer for how they just did all the different types of scenes and characters and costumes with the Phantom Menace?
I mean, all of them. Even McCain and stop. and Terrell Witchcoat, they're all there's so much of it, and it's such a just because I look at this stuff all day long, because I'm a psychopath, I guess. It's hours of me searching this stuff, and it's so many different versions you see of the concept art from different artists, and all the behind the scenes clips and everything is George trying to explain what he's looking for, and them trying to mimic, or not mimic, but figure out what George is trying to say to him in his weird way. So I wouldn't say just Doug Chiang, but yeah, he's definitely part of it was definitely a group effort, even the model makers and everything with it.
Oh yeah.
It's such a never-ending process that I don't know goes into stuff anymore. It seems like it's such a crazy, insane process to do all that. And especially now with, you can CGI so much stuff, so you don't even get really as much of the models. But that's some of my favorite stuff to look at especially when I'm looking for stuff to post on the account.
Yeah.
It's so much of me looking at concept art and then trying to see what it eventually ends up inspiring and everything. Even Yaddle and Grogu, are definitely inspired from just original Yoda concept art for Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing. Like, so friends of mine went to Celebration and Doug was there. So I wanted to get one of those plaque sign. And I didn't
Mhm.
just want like some random plaque. So I was looking at concept art and I actually put a concept art on my thing, which was, I think mine is the Darth Vader versus Kenobi for the Kenobi series. So I got Doug to
Oh,
sign
cool.
that one because that was my favorite concept art of his. Because the way it just looked very like Asian style drawings. So I was just like very intrigued by it.
He
But
seems like such a good dude too. Like I
yeah,
love listening to him talk because he's very like he seems very down to earth and like
yes.
he seems like he appreciates like everything and I don't know. I
I
love listening to him like talk and his like I don't know the TED Talk type of things that he does.
Yeah. I loved him. Like how you said it, him talking. I loved him and Guillermo del Toro just talking at the Lucasfilm panel when they were first announcing that the Lucas Museum was opening. And
Yeah,
like just how Doug was just very expressive about like how he got into it, that he was a kid who enjoyed comic books and he wanted to draw like his own version of what he thought, space was like. So yeah, like how you said it, TED Talks, I absolutely love that.
yeah. I think that was the clip I was actually thinking of was
Yeah.
the museum one because he's very well spoken too, and you can tell he loves it just as much as like almost we do, where it's like everything he has is going into the little things that we probably don't even notice, like little scuff marks out of the Naboo starfighter or whatever.
Hmm. I will say the Phantom Menace is probably out of like very colorful films, it's my favorite one.
I mean, it's great to look. It's aged very well. Like it's
Yeah.
very. I think it's the best looking of the prequel ones for sure.
Pod racing is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the pod racing scene is one that every time I watch, I find something new, like either in the background or the sound of it. Like when I'm blasting the sound of it, it's just insane of like how you can tell who's driving which one and
Yeah.
everything.
I've always been afraid to like blast it really loud here where I live because I don't want to scare the crap out of people.
I've gotten complaints about blasting movies loud, and I've lived in like a old person HOA complex,
Okay.
so they hate me
Damn.
as it is. But
They're like, who's that space boy over there?
yeah, they're like this guy just keeps watching the Phantom Menace every day and blasting it.
Yeah. If you had to pick what side you would pick on the Phantom Menace, would you be doing like pod racing? Would you be a Jedi?
I would be one of the degenerates on Tatooine betting on a kid or something to win a pod race. I'd be like in Watto's crew trying to make a living.
I absolutely love Watto, and I absolutely was so happy when I got to meet the voice actor for Watto because towards the end of the signing, he started to sound like him, and I was like, "Oh God, please stop!" I was like, "That's all. I'm just seeing you as Watto."
I love watching the voice act, like him and the guy that does Saboba. Like the
Oh
behind the
yeah,
scenes videos of them doing the voice is just so funny to me because it doesn't look like it would come out of them.
yeah. And that's the thing with Watto. Like you stare at him, and you're like, when you see the actor, you're like, "There's no way,
Yeah,
no way."
I even love the like the behind the scenes photos of like him in just a big ass hat. And he's
Yeah,
just
yeah. Some of those side characters were funny. Like I actually wouldn't have mind seeing like a side story just of their stuff, like the life of a pod racer, like Tales of Pod Racing. They should do
yeah,
that and just talk about all the pod racers that are out there. But we're gonna be getting that with a video game.
yeah. The game looks. I mean, we got Ben Guadagnino's back somehow, so that seems sweet. I mean, it looks great. Like the
I've
visuals
never
of it.
seen so many people so excited for that character.
It was they definitely just like didn't plan on it, and I'm sure they got spammed with like comments of where it's Ben Guadagnino's.
Yeah.
But I mean, good. We got
It's
Ben
a
back. We got her.
cute little cuddly pod racer.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
big
it looks like you
cheeks.
get to play that whole race, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna say hi to the chat. We got some people chatting. We got Rolando saying what's up.
What up, Aranda?
Vicenta says hello. Oh, Rolando's like part of my admin, so he just like posted all your stuff. Yes, guys, go follow Dylan on his Instagram page. Go look at some of his videos. He actually inspired me when I bought my Queen Amidala cosplay to reenact the Natalie Portman SNL.
The cosplay stuff has to take you so long to do.
The thing is, it doesn't. For Queen Amidala, it really wasn't that much. I just had to paint my face, let it dry, then do the lips. It's the lips that was a pain in the butt because you have to paint the top and then you have to make sure you just get one slither of the bottom of the lip and you can't close your mouth because if not, then you'll stain the bottom. So I was like walking around my house like with my mouth open, just like trying to let it dry. I got my man looking at me like I'm a weird person, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like,
he's got to be used to it at this point.
Oh yeah, he's used to it now. He will laugh because sometimes, what was it, like a couple of weeks ago, he just heard me in our bedroom just like throwing shit. And you could see it in his face afterwards where he was just like, what is this woman doing? And then he walks in and I'm Darth Maul.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Like the Darth Maul one has to take a little bit of time.
Like my face is all fully painted and he's just looking at me and I'm like, what? Like the Family Guy segment where I was like, hey. He's like, hi. He's like playing a little dress up. I'm like, yeah. I was like, get out the room. You're making me freak out.
You're being weird.
Yeah. I was like, I was in character. Now you're making me break out of character. And normally I try to do this stuff when he's not home because I know he's gonna make fun of me so bad. Right. I think what was it? I forgot what was the other cosplay that I did. I was like running around the house like chasing him, and he just could not stop laughing because he was like, "What the hell are you wearing?" We've got Flex saying, "Hey Six and Dylan, what's up, chat?" John says, "Sobua's pod racer sounds are sick." Yes,
yes, they are. They are pretty sick.
Vicente said, "Gotta love Dylan's honesty." So
must be about the degenerate part.
Or the HOAs.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Or being a degenerate gambler betting.
Yeah, that must have been what it was.
That is kind of funny though. So I was gonna say, I saw recently, like you had posted, Pepsi had commented on one of your posts.
Yeah, they've commented a couple times on a couple Marfalon posts. I think twice. And they would like post like 2 times on each one. The one has like 1,500 likes on the petition to get Marfalon back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I hope we get Marfalon back. But
you really think they're gonna do it?
I think they would. But my problem is I don't know who owns the rights to Marfalon. Because it could be Pepsi, and like Star Wars has that deal with Coke, especially with like Disney parks and everything. I don't they have like Coke and Sprite as canon.
Yeah.
So like if Pepsi owns the rights to them, then I don't know.
That is a good question. What happened? Why did the relationship end between Pepsi and Star Wars?
I'm assuming Disney, when Disney got them.
Probably. And then Disney's like, yeah, we're all Coca-Cola products, so bye.
Right. I mean, I don't know if there was a Pepsi stuff after Revenge of the Sith. I know like they had the Yoda commercial where he's drinking Pepsi.
Yeah, because then what was it? They were doing Pepsi, and then they went from Pepsi. They started doing the Brisk commercials with like the big head Yoda and the big head Darth Maul
for the 3D release.
Yeah, and then you get to see like Darth Maul and Yoda fight for like the first time.
Yeah, yeah. The 3D release was weird because people still didn't like the Phantom Menace then. Like they weren't open about. Look, I was I think a senior in high school when the 3D release came out, and like my friends are like, "What are we doing? Like, why are we going to see the worst Star Wars movie?" I'm like, "No, I want to see it. You know, we can make fun of it."
Yeah, I think I was 12 when Phantom Menace.
Oh, I lost you.
And you know, like my friends coming with me to the theaters and going like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's a Star Wars film. Let's just watch it." My mom bought the tickets. Let's go see what it is.
Right.
And then I saw it and I was just like, "Oh my god, I want more of this."
It's such a good like introduction to it, especially at that age. Like it's so dressed up. Like you said, it was colorful. So as a
Yeah.
kid, you're like, oh, this is fucking sweet.
Have you done any conventions where you've gotten to meet like any of the Star Wars celebs?
Not recently. When I was younger, I did. When I was younger, my dad would take me. I mean, we don't get a lot over here. Like we have basically like one con over here every year, and it's usually the same people. When I was younger, I got to meet like David Prowse, and that was pretty cool.
Oh wow.
And talked to him about like Clockwork Orange, and he was very excited that someone didn't ask him about Star Wars, I think. So, so that, I mean, that's really the only one for Star Wars wise that I really met. Or in um, Boba Fett, the original Boba Fett, Jeremy Bullock,
Yeah.
he was there too. And I had we had the Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, was also at the con. So we had the $1 Million title, and we handed it to Boba Fett, and he was very confused and made him take a picture with us in the $1 Million title.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I've seen a lot where like the convention scene where certain celebrities are more excited when you don't bring up like they've been in Star Wars.
Mhm.
Like for instance, when I got to meet John Boyega, I was like, dude, you killed it in Woman King and Pacific Rim. And he just like looked at me. And like I could tell he looked at what he was signing and then looked at me, and I was like, yeah, man, you killed it in both of those films. And then afterwards, that's when I was like, he saw my shirt and he was like, oh, cool shirt. And he was like, cool tattoos, because I have a whole Star Wars sleeve.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, man. I was like, you were amazing in The Force Awakens and all the other films. I said, but you know, I was like, you killed it on the other stuff too. I was like, I would like to see you acting more. And he's like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Disney says. But yeah, they get a kick out of like people noticing like their other crafts.
I mean, especially him, because those wouldn't have been the next ones I would go to. I probably would have, like, Attack of the Block probably gets mentioned a lot more. So he's probably very excited to talk about anything besides Star Wars on Attack of the Block.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like the same thing with Hayden. When I met Hayden like the year after COVID and we had to take a picture with like a plexiglass,
Yeah.
I said to him, I go, dude, I loved you in Jumper.
Jumper's great. Jumper's
honestly,
actually really great.
Jumper to me, so I think, what was it? Jumper came out first, then no. I gotta do the math. I think, yeah, one of the films came out first, but if you literally watch Jumper, it's basically kind of like the same story in Star Wars. You've got Mace Windu, who is always on top of Anakin's ass and like wants to rip him a new one. And in Jumper, it's the same thing. You've got a Cisco-looking Mace Windu with blonde hair, and he's just being exceptionally mean to Anakin Skywalker.
I mean, it's very good. I actually wish Hayden did more, because Hayden, every time I watch Hayden, I always like him. Like in every movie I've seen him in. Even I forget what was the one where he's doing he's a writer in a paper. Even that
House
one I
of
thought
Glass.
was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yeah, he's been in other great films. It's just, I think with I guess it's like a misconception that like if you are in a Star Wars film and it does well and your character is absolutely loved, that's all you're ever known for.
Especially if it's your first.
Yeah, especially if it's like your first major film. Like for me, Natalie Portman, I love her. She's always going to be, for me, Padme. But she's also going to be the badass bald chick in V for Vendetta.
Right, and she was already big from
being a kid actor.
Yeah, from The Professor or The Professional.
Matilda.
Yeah, so she was already like Liam was already big. Besides that, though, like Harrison might be the only one that like.
And Harrison's been in other great stuff. I'm pretty sure, like if Harrison. Which sucks to say, because if Harrison wasn't in Star Wars, I don't think he would have had the career that he has now.
Probably not.
Probably not, but Star Wars led to him being what he is now because, you think of him as Indiana Jones. I also
Mhm.
think of him as, being the president in a Clear and Present Danger. He's been in a whole bunch of other films that I've watched, and, I don't just classify him as being as Han Solo. Same
Yeah,
thing
I
with
don't
Mark
even like
Hamill.
think about Han Solo first when I think of Harrison at this point.
No, yeah,
I probably think of Indy.
yeah, I think of Indy. And with Mark Hamill, the same thing. He's always going to be Luke Skywalker to me, but he's also the Joker.
Right. Right. I mean, a lot of the newer like Daisy, I think is really good when I watch her. Like the I don't remember the movie, the one with her and Tom Holland. It came out I think like around COVID.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just can't
That
remember the
like
name now.
I didn't think it was bad either, and I just feel like every movie she's in like no one sees for some reason,
Yeah,
and I think she's great. Like I think she's someone that like every time I watch Daisy Ridley, I'm like very invested in her character.
yeah,
But I think people just look at her as Ray.
yeah. And that's the thing that sucks. You get stuck as that character. Same thing with Jake.
Mhm.
Jake Lloyd. He was in two other films before this, and people just still associate him as young Anakin Skywalker.
Jingle All the Way though is great.
Oh, I loved him in Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way is it's my favorite Christmas movie. Like every year, that's the number one I gotta watch. Jingle All the Way.
What is it? The what's the character's name?
Turbo Man.
The Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
To think of that, and those toys actually went insane at Toys R Us when it
I have a
first came
Turbo
out.
Man. I
So
bring it out with my Christmas decorations.
you would
Yeah.
have a Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Speaking about toys, the collection you have back there, you basically you are trying to collect every Phantom Menace toy.
I mean, I think it's impossible just because there's so like it's. I talked to like the Outer Rim Ramblin' podcast, and they were like telling me things. I'm like, I never heard of this stuff because they're in England. There's
Hmm.
so much stuff that came out for it. Action figure wise, I have all of the basic one, like loose, like all. Oh, that is all the loose, basic line, the 3.25 inch figures. Um, so I have all of those, but I don't have every. It's too much. Like it's never ending stuff that I find. Like when I first started even the page, I was like, I'm gonna run out of stuff eventually, and I'm nowhere close. Like it's so much stuff. I'm still discovering new stuff. People DM me all the time, like, "Hey, have you seen this before?" I'm like, "No, I've never even heard of this." So it's a never-ending thing, which is good. Keeps me to one movie to focus on. Otherwise, I'd be jumping around to Attack of the Clones and Sith, and I have some of the Power of the Force figures just because I was a kid when those came out.
Yeah.
But I no, it's nowhere close to all of it. But it's the basic figures, yes. I just don't have a couple of like the ships and the battle packs like that. I don't even know if they're called battle packs, like the 3 packs. I'm missing the Watto's box one.
Yeah. The comic book shop that I sent you the picture that I tagged you in of the two-headed figures, they actually have a life-size Watto at their
Oh yeah.
store. And I'm always like looking at the owner like, dude, I want him. And he's like, make me an offer. Like he tries to make Watto's voice. And
Yeah.
I'm always like, dude, I'm like, when you're ready to give him up, I was like, I'll do a payment plan.
Yeah, those are definitely things I eventually want, but I got to make some more money to start doing that. There's a Watto at my comic shop too that's always wearing like a cowboy hat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I want the standees and stuff. I always see them on Marketplace, but they're always like 2 hours away. I'm like, I don't know if I want to drive 2 hours for this right now.
Yeah.
So those are eventually things I want, but for the most part, I mean, when I started getting into recollecting my childhood for Phantom Menace, all the stuff was cheap. Like all the basic figures that I got, I probably got under for the entire line, probably under 150. Like,
Yeah, because during COVID, I remember people were just like giving away Phantom Menace toys like they were like
mhm,
candy, like it was nothing, like $1, $2
yeah,
bins. And I'm like, why? And the
especially
next
on
thing,
like Whatnot, I think came out around the same time. I
yep,
just grabbed a ton. Like most of my stuff was from Whatnot, and it was like, oh, this is very cheap. very affordable. It's a fun thing to collect and never ending, like you said. So with that, it was always a big plus of it. Now a lot of the stuff has gone up in price. Just
Okay.
I don't know why, but a lot of it has gone up in price. Even like when I look on eBay for things I already own, I'm like, oh, maybe I want a second one. It's gone up a lot. Even like the Jar Jar tongue lollipop, I can't even find on eBay anymore.
Yeah, I remember I was looking it up on eBay, and the next thing you know, it was just like gone. And those things sell quick. I got very lucky. What was it, like a year and a half ago? I was able to get like Anakin's pod racing helmet, and I got that in a steal, and I got that on Macari. And as soon as the person was like, "Yeah, I'll accept your offer," I was like, "Oh my god, please accept it now, ship it out now, because I don't want you to cancel this."
Right.
And then I was able to get like a Ruby's, I think it's Ruby's, Jar Jar Binks, like original helmet, like the costume mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that thing, you can tell it's like over 20 years old, so it's like very flimsy. I'm so afraid it's gonna break. I have it like in a sealed bag because I don't want anything to go near it, because I don't want it to like turn brittle or anything.
Yeah. All the ones I've seen of those Ruby masks are falling apart or like look like they've been lit on fire almost.
Yeah. John says the Phantom Menace was also the launch of Star Wars Legos. Yes, it was.
Oh yeah. Legos were great.
Yeah.
There's a
This
lot
is
of they had like a lot of different, especially for the first line. Like there's a lot of different sets of everything, but those are insanely priced.
Yeah, insane. It's crazy. Like all the old Lego figures for Star Wars, they're nuts on how much they go for.
Yeah.
And sometimes like we'll buy Legos and we'll have them here at the house, and sometimes I'm like, I don't think I should open this. Should just like hide it in a air controlled room and, let it resurface 20 years from now.
No, you got to open it. Just let it open.
No, I know. I let them open. I let them all breathe.
That's how I am too. Like most of the things I buy, I'm gonna open. I don't know. I like that feeling of opening a toy again. If I get a duplicate, then I'll keep it. But for the
Yeah.
most part, everything's gonna be opened.
That's how I felt this weekend when I got my Ahsoka hot toy. I was like, I don't want to open her. I was like, she's so pretty.
That looks great.
Oh, dude, it's sick. Like, I know I posted it on my story, and I was like, yeah, I may be biased because Ahsoka's my favorite character, but it's probably my favorite Ahsoka hot toy I own. And this is now like my my third Ahsoka hot toy I own now.
Holy shit. I have my first hot toy pre-ordered, which is the Jar Jar. So that'll be my first hot toy.
Yeah. With you can exchange the tongue.
Yeah. Yeah. I know like once I get one, then it's gonna be a never ending thing. So I've waited, but I can't. Jar Jar needed.
I wanted 2 of the Jar Jars because I wanted to find or die or steal from like one of the sideshow figures. I wanted to turn him into Darth Jar Jar.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. We still need a Darth Jar Jar. I'm still thinking that he is a Sith. And just one day we're finally going to get hit with that surprise that he actually was the mastermind of it all.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in Mandalorian and Grogu, my best Jedi fights Darth Jar Jar over Baby Yoda.
All right. Top 3 favorite scenes of all time in The Phantom Menace. Yeah, I just hit you with something hard.
Yeah. Pod Race was number 1. Pod Race, I'll never stop being amazed by. It's just the sound, the way it looks, the models used. Like it's so much to look at and hear that I could just watch that scene over and over again and be happy. Duel of the Fates obviously is. I feel like I have to throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shmi saying bye to Anakin, like when they're hugging on the outside.
Will I see you again?
Yeah, that always hits me. I don't know why, but it is something that especially in this movie, where everything is pretty outrageous and goofy, and everyone's got a funny accent, and it's so cartoonish almost.
Yeah.
That scene stands out every time. I'm like, holy shit, like this is real consequences. Something's like he's got to leave his mom. The mom's got to let him go for better purpose. It's a very deep scene for a movie that's so out there and so
You're gonna
not
make me want to
dark.
watch the movie now.
You should. You should.
I know
After that,
it's been a minute since I've seen it, so
I mean, I don't think you sleep. Every time I go to bed and then I wake up, you got like 10 stories of you watching like 15 different shows, and then I'm at work and you're still watching more shows.
so what was it on my Monday night show? We were all talking about like all the shows that we watch, and everybody's like, we're ragging on our one co-host because he's like, dude, I don't have time to watch all these shows. And I was like, dude, if I have time, like you can make time. And it's like I pick certain days, like Monday is now like mall day, and then but I'm getting up early like everybody else is, like 3-4 in the morning to watch it. And then as soon as that's done, you know, like I go to work. On my lunch break, I'm catching up on my little dumb, you know, girly shows I like to watch that I never admit online that I'm watching.
Okay, we all like them.
Yeah, but get made fun of. Like I like watching what is it, the Beverly Hills Housewives of Beverly Hills.
If I won't put it on, but if someone puts it on, I'm like into it. Like I'm
Yeah,
invested.
I'm into it. I love it. It's the inner girl in me is like, I need to watch my girly shit from time to time.
Everyone's like that. Even guys are like that, dude. We love trashy reality TV. We just need someone else to put it on for us.
Oh yeah, it's funny. So like, my man makes fun of me for watching this show called Vanderpump Rules. Mind you, the show ended, like the original cast, they ended like about 2 years ago. And I still like to rewatch the show. And he'll sit there and be like, why do you watch this trash? But then yet he knows all the names of the characters. Right. And he'll be like, oh, what's going on with Jackson Stassi? I'm like, how do you know this if you don't watch the show? Like, are you watching?
He's watching. He's into it.
He's watching it.
He doesn't realize he's into it, but he definitely is. And like he definitely thinks about, he needs to know the plot. He needs to know why they're mad at each other.
Yeah. And then like when I get back home, you know, if it's not something Star Wars related, I'm catching up on Daredevil. I'm catching up on like 2 shows that we were watching. I'm also catching up on wrestling. So it's like I don't have enough time. So like on the days that I do get to relax, I'm trying to catch up on as much stuff as I possibly can.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'd always find it funny when I wake up and you're like, oh, I watched Frankenstein, Daredevil, every show imaginable. I'm like, holy shit! I'm struggling just to catch up on Daredevil.
Yeah,
I gotta watch yesterday's still, but so far,
I gotta watch
Daredevil.
Yeah, love Daredevil. I gotta watch yesterday's, which I'll probably watch tonight after we log off. Because what I'll do is I'll watch my shows that I need to, and then as long as I'm in bed by midnight, I have enough hours of sleep for work to be able to function. But yeah, like around 11 o'clock, once I'm done with the shows that I needed to watch, I will. Vicente says it. He's like, Nilda just caffeinates. I do. You have no idea how much caffeine I consume to a point that I've gotten to my head now that I'm like, if I don't keep going with the caffeine, like I'm gonna crash one day, like severely hard. And I've done it before. I've had days where I'm like, all right, I've turned off the world for like 2 days and I've slept.
No, I need Celsius like as soon as I wake up. Otherwise, it's just not happening.
No, mine is coffee in the morning. I need to have like a triple, and then it digest so much water during the day. And then like around lunch, I'll either do coffee again or a Celsius or a Lonnie. But I actually stopped drinking Celsius because it was kind of bad for you. So, well, some stuff in it is bad.
I'm sure. No, I'm aware that everything I'm putting into me is bad to me. Yeah. But I don't like coffee, so I need to stay awake somehow.
Yeah, especially like I think the reason why I get up so early to watch these things, especially like for Mall, for instance, with Mall, everyone's up at like 3 a.m. watching it. So when I wake up, like some people are spoiling it. We're getting people's like reactions and stuff. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, let me hide my phone.
Yeah, I wake up because I haven't been getting up from all because it's just so early.
Yeah.
Here, and I work till like 8. So it's like a weird time for me to wake up at 3 and then
go back to sleep.
Yeah, and I won't go back to sleep. If I'm up, I'm up. So I haven't been, but like I'll like check Instagram or Twitter or whatever in the morning, and like people are spoiling. I'm like, it hasn't even been out like 4 hours. What do we what are we doing?
I know. That's I don't mind if people spoiling, but don't do it like 4 hours
Right. If
after
you're
the
gonna
show has
like
come out.
2 days, 3 days after, fine.
Yeah.
If it's still within the 12 hours, this is
Yeah.
my issue.
Like today, I posted the conversation between Devin and Maul, and I
Mhm.
was just like, the older me is now realizing that Maul was just a victim. And I gave it gracefully a couple days to
Yeah.
then post that.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. Like if you were that in the mall, you would have watched it by now. You had 3 days or whatever.
Yeah, you had 3 days. So being that, you loved Maul from the Phantom Menace and then now watching it on the show, do you happen to like Maul even more?
Yeah, I was actually when I was watching Mall this week, I realized like my brain has now seen so much Mall after Phantom Menace where it is my Mall. Like it's not
Yeah.
even like he's so good in this show, and when I think of his voice, it's his, especially because he does the voice in Solo, right?
No, yeah,
Or
sorry, it was him. It is him.
yeah, it's his.
It was supposed to be originally Peter
Uh,
Sarah. I always mess up his last name.
Soderbergh, I think.
Saranophagous or Wits, something like that.
But he's been Maul way longer than Ray Park at this point. And obviously, probably good to move on from Ray Park at this point.
Yeah. And the thing is, I've seen people posting, I don't know if you saw, like I saw people posting pictures of what Ray would look like as Maul. Like if they put the actual makeup on him. And I gotta say, it didn't look so bad.
You mean Sam?
Or Sam, sorry. Yeah. They put the makeup on Sam. Like it was like a fake AI thing, and they put it
Mhm.
on Sam. And it doesn't look bad.
No, I mean if you're gonna do it at this point, just throw it on him. I don't know if you would. It's so much Maul has been shown at this point. I don't know what time frame you would do a live action Maul. But if you're gonna do it, it should be Sam. I mean, he is Maul to me at this point. Like
Yeah.
when I think about Maul's voice or anything, it's him. He's so good at it, and it's so. I mean, the whole show, like this show, sounds so good, and it looks so good. You forget it's animation.
That's the crazy part is that you forget that it's animation.
Yeah, like it's. I've been blown away by the small show, and I was worried that it would be like Book of Boba Fett, where they kind of make him like a good guy and kind of
Mhm.
like you know. So I was worried about that, but it's been great so far. It's been very mob Dark Knight like, and I'm excited to keep watching. I need Maul versus Vader to just feel satisfied as a nerd.
I think we all
Maybe
do.
yeah, and they can't not do it. Like it's either going to happen this season or next season.
Well, you already said it that if you see that, you're gonna be running out screaming.
Right, right. So May the 4th, do it on that day. I'll run out in the streets and I'll I'll get a lot of notices from my HOA.
There was an angry man out in the
Yeah,
streets in Star Wars clothes
and that Jar Jar shirt that he whipped off.
and screamed Vader.
He screamed Kenobi at 4 in the morning.
All right, my friend. So we got to know you. Do you have anything coming up soon that you've got in the works? Any, collection
Nothing.
that you're trying to get at the time being?
I'm always looking for stuff collection wise. My main thing right now, I'm so used to stuff being cheap that I'm very patient on buying stuff for Phantom Menace. The Naboo Royal Starfighter, like the big action figure one, is
Yeah.
still my main one. I just don't want to pay shipping for it, so I'm trying to find one on like Marketplace or local. I'm
Yeah.
not going to pay $60 for it and then pay $200 for the ship. But that's my main thing. Besides collection wise, I don't got much coming up. Trying to get myself out there more on the gram. like besides just posting pictures.
No, I like it. I love the little shorts that you're doing, like showing your face and like talking more. But I think a lot of people do that in the beginning. We get so nervous with social media that we don't want to post ourselves. And then later on, like we start getting a little bit more comfortable. And like I said, the little side stories like that you did of the two announcers for the pod racing, I would have never known that if it weren't for you. I didn't even read about that.
Yeah, and I got like a lot of stuff like that. So, and honestly, that stuff takes me a lot less time than trying to find new stuff to post. Like,
Yeah.
just because digging through like internet archives and everything, going through old insiders is very time consuming. So like that stuff is quicker, especially at this point because I posted so much. I definitely was worried about the boys roasting me in the group chat, which I know they probably are. So that was my main thing. But I'm definitely going to start doing more stuff like that. Not
Yeah, do it.
overly, but like once a week.
Yeah, you find like something random or something that you feel like people don't really know about and it's informative. And like I said, I thought it was funny that you posted that. I loved the video. I thought it was great. It was very educational. And the next thing you know, like I think it was like a day later, I'm at my comic book shop and I'm like, oh, let me go look at Lucy's. And I look around and lo and behold, it's literally 10 of them. And I just could not stop laughing. And I was like, dude, I got to take a picture of this and send it to Dylan because I thought it was funny. And it was funny that as soon as I posted that on my story, a whole bunch of people are like, oh my God, I haven't been able to find that figure. I was like, there's 10 of them here. Like,
did you open it?
No, I think something like that I'm not going to open yet.
No,
I'm still like, yeah, I know. I'm still working in like my collection room. And it's like, I got one big shelf that I'm waiting for it to be delivered or just a bookcase. And I want to do like one shelf is going to be dedicated to everything. So like I've got a Rebels shelf that I have in my old collection and I have all the Gentle Giant figures. And one of my friends, Chris, was kind enough to sell me his Ezra one. And he's my last one that I needed to complete. So I have every character from Gentle Giant from there. So I have like Maul, I have that Ahsoka's version, I have Thrawn. So I'm excited about that. And then now I'm just going to start working on my Clone Wars one. And little by little, I'll start working on the prequels and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I'm a prequel kid.
I mean, I love Rebels, so I'm all about that. Rebels is, I think, the best Star Wars TV show ever.
Oh,
love Rebels.
Clone Wars. For me, it's Clone Wars.
Look, both are great. I don't know why. For some reason, I just connected with Rebels, and I think maybe just because it's not as long, maybe.
Yeah, and also with Rebels, you got so many different people that were in a group that all had different personalities, like completely different personalities. So, and they all had their own trauma.
Right, you could find a part of yourself in each character.
Yes, and I think that's why I feel a lot of people love Rebels more because of everybody had their own trauma that you're able to look at one character and be like, you know what? Yeah, I've lost family. So I resonate with this person. I always feel like I'm constantly having to fight for my life. So I feel like I'm this person.
Right. Oh yeah. Rebels is something I always throw on. It's like my comfort show for some reason.
Yeah.
And even like when it first came out, I hated it too. Because it came out when I was, I don't know, like first year of college. I'm like, what are we doing? Disney bought Star Wars or being that asshole. And after you get through like the first like 4 or 5 episodes, you're like so invested in these characters and you love these characters more than live action characters.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel. All right. Well, guys, make sure to follow Dylan on Instagram. It is the Phantom Menace 1999. Go bother him. Go check out all these informational videos that he posts. Tag Pepsi in all of them because we need to have certain characters come back.
Yeah, we need Marflin back.
Yeah. You're gonna make me want to look this stuff up. Who owns the rights?
I want to ask someone. I just don't like bothering people. Like I have a few people that like created Marvel Lump that follow me, and like
You can.
like
I'm pretty sure you can ask them.
yeah, I'm going to at some point. I kind of just want to keep the hope alive. Like if I find out I can't get Marvel Lump back,
Oh,
then
so
what am I doing? Yeah,
it's like the kids who don't want to find out that Santa Claus is fake.
exactly. So I kind of have to have that hope. I don't know if I
Yeah,
want to.
that's like for me. My one of my favorite like top 3 male characters in Star Wars is Captain Rex, and in my mind, nothing bad ever happened to Captain Rex. He was
No,
still alive.
he's still living a good life right now.
Yeah, and I think he finally like retired and like went to go live somewhere in a village
Yeah,
and
found love.
found love and he still remembers his crazy ass battles with his brothers and the new friends he made in Rebels, but that's the what I have in my mind.
I mean, I'm with it. Like after, because he's in Jedi, right? Then don't they
Yes,
say that so he's in Jedi, so he's alive around then. He's probably old, probably dies from old age, happily.
probably.
Yeah, he lives on Endor. He lives with the Ewoks and lives happily ever after.
Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you being on. This was fun. Got to
Yeah.
learn a little bit more about you. And dude, honestly, I'm gonna go look. I have like a shit ton of Star Wars Insider magazines at my mom's house. And yeah, I'm gonna look to see if I see a little baby Dylan on there.
Please, I've looked through so many insiders, but
Did your dad say what year it was?
it's he's he's old. He's not that old.
Well,
He's actually not that old, but
what were you wearing?
I was face painted Darth Maul, like face paint, hood, all that, the lightsaber. The thing is, like, the Internet Archives has the digital insiders from that time,
Yeah,
but there used to be actual inserts of Bantha tracks that aren't in there.
Bantha
Like in the
tracks.
Yeah, it was like the fan section where they would just like post pictures of fans in costumes or whatever that is, and I think it's probably in one of those. I'm assuming it's like 99, 2000 through those.
Okay, I'm telling you this now. If I find this thing and I find 2 of them, you're signing one for me.
I'll sign one no matter what. I just need a picture of it. I just need to know that I'm not insane.
Or I'll make a photocopy of it.
Perfect.
You keep the original and I'll have you sign the photocopy.
Perfect.
Cuz I'm looking right now. There is inserts that are being sold. So you just put me in a I'm going to go
The other day
nuts.
I looked for hours because I was like, I finally found like digital copies from like the first like 200 insiders. I sat there looking through each one. I'm like, ah, shit, it's gonna. And then I AI'd it, and they're like, oh, there was inserts. I'm like, shit, you're right. So I'm thinking it was a copy of an insert inside of the magazine.
Yeah, because I'm looking right now on eBay. Like somebody is selling a whole bunch of Star Wars Insider inserts.
Mm.
So I kind of want to ask them, like, hey, can you do me a favor? Do you have an insert that has this? And if you do, please, I need to buy
Dylan
it.
from Buffalo in this magazine.
I'm like literally saving all your info, texting it to myself. I'm like, Dylan, face painted Darth Maul, Star Wars Insider magazine, possibly the 1999 issue.
If you find it, I'll be in your debt. I'll owe you a life debt.
No, I told you, I just want one thing from you, and that's it. I'm gonna make a photocopy of it, and you're signing it for me. And if I find this thing, I'm gonna try to get somebody to make a cute little frame. We're gonna do cheesy child Phantom Menace frame.
Oh yeah.
I'm one of those friends. Like I will send you the most cheesiest thing, which I actually got to ship out your stuff because I was looking to see if I could find more things to add to your collection. So yeah, I've got Jar Jar Binks original photo like posters coming to you, a sealed Jar Jar Binks toothbrush, and then it was like a Jar Jar Binks turned into Darth Jar Jar comic, like a little comic book drawing.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. I need that stuff.
Yeah,
Except for the
now
toothbrush.
you're
I'm gonna
gonna
start
have
using
me.
the toothbrush.
I dare you.
If
The thing,
Maul and Vader fight, I'll brush my teeth with that Jar Jar toothbrush.
the thing is from 1999.
It's fine. It's not the toothpaste.
That's like me. I ate gum from the Topps Empire Strikes Back cards.
Oh yeah. That's even older.
Yeah, I did that. My best friend and I ate the cookies from McDonald's from 1990. I think the cookies were from 1997.
Mm.
No, don't say ooh. Scary thing.
Good.
We
Good.
opened them. They were fresh
Okay.
and good.
Like Supersize Me.
Yeah, like the old lady who hides like the Big Mac in her cabinet for 20 years and comes back and there's no rotting. That's exactly how it was.
All right. No, that's not bad then.
Yeah. You got Tim saying, bring back the lump.
Hell yeah. Bring back lump, Timmy.
We need to make a shirt that says that.
We just need him back.
Yeah. Is there a change petition like a change.com or .org?
I don't think so, but that's actually a good idea.
I dare you. Start a petition.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's actually a really good idea.
I would do it. Start a petition. Tag me in it. I'm down. We got to bring back the lump.
We'll do that this weekend. We'll make a lump petition.
A lump petition. And tag Pepsi and Star Wars and be like, yo, what is going on? Like, why?
Well, I mean, I DM Dave Filoni every day, but he doesn't respond. One day I hope he reads it and just thinks I'm insane.
What do you write to Dave Filoni?
Bring back lump. We need Marfa lump. Stuff like that.
I can imagine Dave is probably in meetings going like, guys, there's a guy out there who's asking me for this. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't think he's read them, but I hope so.
Well, technically, he probably could read them. He probably has his thing where, like,
the request tab.
Yeah, like the request, but he can see the messages.
Yeah. I hope so.
Well, Dylan, thank you again. Definitely gonna bring you back on. And yeah, I had a good time. I appreciate you coming on, being my first guest on my little nerd hangouts. And hopefully when we bring you back, the collection has expanded and you've probably got some rare stuff to show us that you were talking about saving up for. Yeah,
definitely. I'll at least have a Jar Jar toothbrush so we could show that off. I'll brush my teeth the next time I'm on.
Well, we gotta wait to see a Vader and a Maul fight.
That's true. Thank you.
I had to show that for you.
It scared me.
Well, guys, again, like I said, go harass Dylan. Go follow him on Instagram. Blow up his page. Tag Dave Filoni in bringing back the lump. And as I always end my segment, may the force be with you. You guys have a good night.